Now, Xbox currently has two sales going. They have their normal weekly sale and they also have their end of summer and their Super Saver sale currently on offer. We'll be covering the latter two in a video later this week, but this video will just be concentrating on those games that are in the usual weekly sale. And this could be one of our shortest videos ever, as there seems to be very little on sale this week. Most of the games do seem to be in one of these other sales, but nevertheless, let's roll those credits and find out what's on sale this week. So as always, we're going to kick off with those cheap games. Now this week sees no games actually under £1 that's available. The first game available on the cheap side is going to set you back $138, which is 67% off, and that's Nexoria Dungeon Rogue Heroes. This game is rated 2.5, is a roguelite role-playing turn-based game that also mixes in tactics and collectible card game. Sounds like a lot of genres mixed in together there. Every hero has a special perk and a spell in addition to 3 stats: strength, dexterity, endurance. Gather your team of heroes, come up with unique tactics for battles. This game will take you about 1 to 2 hours to complete the base game, and has also had 3 updates, making this game worth 4,000 G. So considering this is only 138, that's not a bad price for 4,000 G. So with a 1 to 2 hour completion, definitely a strong contender for one to be picking up this week. And now that is it. That was all the cheap games under £1.50. If we stretch it out to £2, you've got Without Escape Console Edition at $167, 60% off. This is a 2-star rated adventure point and click. Can you escape the nightmare and find the answers for what you're looking for? A first-person graphic adventure in the early 90s with an interactive story told pre-rendered backgrounds and full motion videos. This one will take you less than half hour to get the 1000 G. It's from our favourite publisher, East Asia Soft. And another East Asia Soft at £1.67, also 60% off, rated 2.25, is Project Starship. Blast through the galaxy of possibilities. This is a Starfighter shoot 'em up, has had 2 updates, making this one worth 1000 G, and will take you around an hour to get the completion. We also have No Drifter, yet again another East Asia Soft, and another space style shoot 'em up. This one's 60% off at £1.67, is rated 2.5, and has had also 2 updates, making this one worth 3000 G, and you can get all that for less than half an hour's pay. So even though we've got 4 games here, 3 of which have huge gamer scores, definitely worth picking up. And the final one under the £2 mark is £1.88, which is Dark Grim Muriopolis for the Windows version. This one's rated 2 stars, an adventure point and click, and for 1000 G will take you half an hour. The game itself is a point and click adventure set in a world combining noir, Greek mythology, magic, mysticism, hopeless entourage of Greco-Roman age of decadence. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. But what is more worrying is that the console version will appear later on in the video and is actually going to cost you more. Now I'm pretty sure these are stackable, but why they're at different price ranges I have no idea. But the Windows 10 version, nice and cheap there, 55% off at $188. So if you're looking for a more AAA experience or just a generally better experience for those quick completions, again you're going to be lacking this week in the weekly sale. The best AAA game is one we've mentioned a few times, Cuphead, 30% off currently at $11.71, rated 4.5. But this is a classic run and gun, which is really difficult. I know you're going to be spending a lot of time dying in this game. Will take you about 20 to 25 hours to get the 1000 G. Has also had 1 update, adding an extra 25 G for a total of 1025. So that is something, I guess, for your efforts. But this is a seriously good game and it is really critically acclaimed. So if you haven't played it, maybe consider picking up this one. You will also have Grey's Counter GM, a refreshing and highly replayable bullet hell style shooter that wants you to play dangerously. Will take 4 to 5 hours to get the 1000 G, is rated 3.75. Or we have Shadow Warriors, a first person shooter hack and slash platformer, rated again 3.75. This one is available on Game Pass. If you don't have it, this one is 65% off at $11.72 and will take you around 6 to 8 hours to get the 1000G. Another game that will take you around 6 to 8 hours is the adventure point and click game Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot: The First Cases. This one's 65% off at $7.34, rated 3.75, and discover the early cases of the legendary detective. And our final game is a Disney classic collection of Aladdin and the Lion King. This one's 50% off at $9.99, is rated 3.25, so that's literally how low we're having to scoop now just to pick up some decent games. This one will take you 1 to 2 hours for 1000G, and obviously this contains the classic games of both Aladdin and the Lion King from the 16-bit era. So here we go, the speed run time as we cover every game that can be completed in under 2 hours, and the first one is that game I mentioned earlier, Dark Grim Mariopolis. The console version is £2.30 for only 45% off. For some reason it's different to the Windows 10 and is even rated differently, only 1.75, so a stinker by all means. Has had those updates on the console version, so worth 4000G for less than half an hour's of gameplay. Our next one is Bullet Beat. Bullet Beat is a shoot 'em up where everything in the level plays in tune. This one has had 4 updates, making it worth a massive 5000G, 50% off at £2.09 and is rated 2.5. It's also available on Windows for the same price, this one, £2.09, and again is worth another 5000G, meaning you can stack these two for 10,000G for under a fiver. That's a seriously good buy, definitely worth picking up if you want to really give your Gamerscore a boost this week. And we have some more stackable games coming up, the next one being Reactor X. This is both available on the console and Windows 10, are both stackable and are both worth 5000G, so that's another 10,000G on offer this week. They're 45% off at £2.30 and rated 2.5, and these are puzzle games about moving boxes on energy grids in a sci-fi setting. Our next stackable one is Lab Crisis. This is again available both on console and Windows 10, are worth 4000G, stacking up to a massive, again, 8000G. Is a puzzle turn-based game with robots rescuing scientists, 30% off at $2.93 and again rated 2.5. Robo Lifter next. This is just the Windows 10 version on offer for this one, 30% off at $3.49, rated 2.5 for this puzzle game, and has had 1 update, making this one worth 2000G. Now Reactor X2 is also on sale both for console and Windows 10, 15% off at $3.56 on each, and has had 1 extra update, making this one worth 2000G, stacking there to 4000G. Dead Grounds next, 25% off. This is the console version, £3.14. This is a tower-based defense roguelite for 1000G, 25% off at $3.14 and rated 2 stars. So our next section, all games that can be completed between half hour and 1 hour. We've actually only got 2 games to mention, the first being Mighty Mage, which is 25% off at £3.14. This is available on both console and Windows and can be stacked for 2000G. Is a roguelite shoot 'em up, rated 2.75. The other game available is It's Kooky. This one's £2.09, 75% off, rated 2.75, is a puzzle game in the black and white doodle art style, and this one's worth 1000G. And it's not much better when we get to the 1 to 2 hour marks, with only 3 games available in this category this week. The first one being Albacete Warrior. Embark on a bizarre martial arts adventure as a Spanish ninja. This beat 'em up game is rated 1.5 and is probably the worst rated game this week. Skull the Hero Slayer next, 45% off at still a really expensive £9.20 for a fast-paced action roguelite with losing your head is encouraged, rated 3.25. And our final game is one for the kids out there, Blaze and the Monster Machines Axel City Racers, 60% off at $13.99, so not a cheap game this one, 2.5 for an arcade racer, and this one again is worth the 1000G. So there you have it. That really was slim pickings this week. For the 7-day sale, there really isn't anything on. Most of your sales are going to be in the end of summer sale or that super saver sale. So definitely check that out on the store. And like I said, we'll have a video covering all those later because there's some really good bargains coming up in that one. But as for the 7-day sale, yes, there's some brilliant stackable games there. You can literally get 20,000G for under a tenner, which is really great value, and I highly recommend everyone pick up those games this week. But other than that, you could be hard off finding anything to play. Let's hope next week's sale is a little bit better. But if you're finding this information helpful, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. We really enjoy having you all there, and we hope we can pick up a few more of you along the way to boost up our community. But that's all from me this week, and I'll see you all in the next video.